We're going to be making an InDesign portfolio from our class for 169. Let's do this. Let's go to InDesign, and I'm going to make a new document. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're in inches. It's going to be 8.5 by 11. I am going to make it, right now I'm going to make it 10 pages. Start page will be, let's see, let's do 2. Facing pages, I'm going to turn that off, and I'll show you why. And we're not going to worry about any of these other things for right now. I'm going to say OK. And what I want to do is show you over here. And we're going to we have a master page and we have a blank page. I'm going to bring the blank page in here and see what that does. Let's see. I'm going to update this to let's see. All right, so we're going to do this. We have a blank page, then we have our A master. On our blank page, I'm just going to go in and put my name. What we want to do is we want to brand this page, so this will be, put in my name, I'll put in some contact info, and then I'm going to change the scale of this. I'll take my font size and come back in, change the font size here. I'm just using the scroll wheel on my mouse, but you can click here to do that. And I'm going to add a little bit of leading to give a little space there. Right now I just have that on this blank page, and then what I want to do, this will be my cover, and then I'm going to expect you to design this your own way. I want you to brand it your way. You're going to pick colors, various things that can be yours. Let me see, I'm going to grab an image box, and I'm going to just put a box back here, and I'm going to fill it with color. Let's see, I'll pick a color, I'll mix a new color here. I'll just make a little bit more of a neutral, maybe a neutral color. And I want to make the stroke none, fill with my new color that I made. And then I'm going to send it to the back. So object, arrange, send to back. So now I've got my cover. I'll change my type to white just because I can. Go over here to my, okay, so no big deal. I've got my cover right now. Then what I want to make sure that we do is we're going to do our master page, and if I double click on the master page, I'm going to bring in a box, text box, and right now I'm just going to make this text box, and I'm going to color it with the fill. Let me just make the fill our branded color. Let me go back out here. I'm going to copy this to my text box, and then I'm going to come back to my master page, and I'm going to paste this in front. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to make our master page that's going to be the same information but much smaller, so it's not going to be sort of in the way. So I'm going to make this type very small for right now. Let's see, I'll jump up to say 24 point. And then I've got my type here, and I want to take both of these elements and I'm going to drag them to the bottom of the page. I'm going to zoom in on this, see what we have. Then I'm going to center this. I'm going to move my type box to the full width. I'm going to make that all caps, type, and change case, uppercase. And I'm going to bump the size down so it's basically relatively the same height. And then I'll just kind of have that down here. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to bring in a master page auto numbering element. So I'm going to bring in a type box. I'm just going to put my type right here. And to do this auto numbering, we are on the master page. I want to remind you it's highlighted right here. And I'm going to be inserting, I'm going to go to type and I'm going to say insert special character, markers, current page number. Since we are on the master A, we're going to have well, our number is actually A for right now. What I'm going to do is I just colored it the same color as the background, and then I'm going to change the size of it, and I'm going to change the font. Let's do something different. We'll do Helvetica Neue, and I'm going to do like a bold. And so that's going to be my auto page numbering. And as I move this down, and I'm going to move it over so I'm going to say I have this text box aligned to the margin. I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to make this flush with the margin. I'm going to have some fun. I'm just going to move this. I'm going to make this type a little bit bigger. And now I'm gonna make it rest right on this. I'm gonna have it rest right there. Okay, now I'm gonna go back out to my. I'm gonna go back out to my pages. I'm gonna go back to my document setup, and I want it to start with page 1. And that way, page 2 will be 2. Okay. All right. So now what we have is all of our pages are branded as I go down. So I can scroll down these pages and this is all branded. Now the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to go back out to my master page and we'll just do this. We're going to set it up on the master page. I'm going to bring in a rectangle frame tool and I'm going to bring in this image here. So now on all of our master pages, we're going to have an image box. You can barely see it, but that's there. And when you go to this, now if you hold down Command or Control and Shift and click on it, it will unlock it. Any item that you see with this dotted line is locked on the master page, but you can unlock them just by holding down Command or Control plus Shift, and that will click on there. And what I'm going to do is, before I get too much further, I'm going to save this. I'll say Save. And the way I like to do this is I'm going to make a new folder. So I'm going to go out to my desktop and I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it InDesign Portfolio. And then inside of that, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it images. And then I'm going to save this as InDesign portfolio demo Jeff. And I want to make sure that it's in this folder. So I save it. Now I'm going to bring in an image from class. This is going to be a portfolio of all of your work from in class. So I'm going to go File, Place, and I'm going to go out to the desktop where I have some samples from the class. I have this guy. I'm going to do a feature where I'm going to do a fit content proportionately. Then I'm going to go to the next page. Remember, I have to unlock it by Command and Shift. And then File, Place, and then my pun demo. I'm going to size that. By double clicking on the image, I have this blue box that's the container. When I double click on this, I have the actual image that I can move around within that container. And I'm going to scale that down so it's a little bit smaller, so it's not overwhelming the page. And then I'll do another page. I'm going to unlock that, Command plus Shift. Command D will bring in an image, t-shirt demo. Actually, I'm going to do the stamp demo. This will be my last page that I demo. And there's my stamp. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger to get rid of that little title. Okay, so here's my portfolio. I'm going to save it. Then what we want to do is we want to export this as a PDF. And we're going to export it as a PDF interactive. And I'm going to save that, and I'm going to set up, I'm just going to go by, I'm going to set this up as a page transition as 5. I'm going to set up some compression, so it'll reduce everything to 144 pixels per inch. And I'm going to export this, and I'll say yes. So now I have my project, which now I have a title page, I have this fade transition, I've got branding at the bottom, and my portfolio as a PDF that's ready to be exported. Hopefully that will help you, and now you'll have a portfolio that can be sent out to, if somebody requests a portfolio and they say, just please attach a PDF, you have a nice simple way they can see your work. You can also create a hot link to your website, and you can also put your email address and hot link to your email. You can have descriptions on each image, but I want you to brand this your own way. So thanks for watching on this, and hopefully this will help you get through this project. Thanks a lot. Take care.